A very warm welcome here at the toss of this very crucial CSA T20 challenge match between the home side, captained by Clyde Rees-Fontaine. That will be Goldrush Boland, and they're up against the Momentum Multiplied Titans, captained by Roelof van der Merwe. The match referee, Mr. Lawrence Petrus, he's also here. I'm going to ask Clyde if you can toss the coin, please. Tails is the call, and tails are leads. So, Roelof, you've won the toss. What have you decided to do?
Yeah, I think we will have a bat chat today. Here's a used wicket, so we're taking that into account, and maybe spin comes in later.
Yeah, you guys only had 2 games so far, won one, lost one. It's not sort of last chance, but you want to get that that winning feeling going again.
No, definitely. I mean, it's a 7-game comp, so you need to get a few wins in and get on a run and secure your place in the playoffs. And I think that's a good start in our Cape leg.
Maybe again a chance for your batters to have first use of this wicket as well, get a bit of confidence as well with that.
No, definitely. I mean, it looks a good wicket. There's a 180 was scored the other night, so it looks a decent cricket wicket.
Any changes to your side?
We've got a number of changes. Yanku Smith's making his debut. Okay. He's in obviously for Marco Jansen.
Go well today.
Just thank you very much.
Clyde, I'm sure you would have wanted to have had a bat first again.
Yeah, probably batted first. To say if it's not broken, don't fix it. But yeah, it's part of the game. I think we've been playing good cricket, got momentum on our side. We've batted first in all the games, so it's a good little test for us to bowl first and try and restrict them to as little as possible.
I was just about to say, a chance for you guys to really see how you go with ball in hand first up.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's our home ground, so got a fair understanding of how the wicket's played. So it's just for us to execute our skills and put the balls in the right area.
Must be a lot of confidence winning three games like you guys did so far, and you want to just continue that vein.
Yeah, I think the confidence is there. It's just understanding that each game at a time and not getting too far ahead of ourselves. Staying in the moment, sticking to our processes, keeping it nice and simple, enjoying each other's company.
Any changes to your side?
No changes.
Go well today.
Thank you.
There is the news here at the toss. It is the visitors, the Momentum Multiplied Titans. They have won the toss and they've elected to have a bat first. Leading Titans as well.
Lights.
The stage is set.
Camera.
The shortest format, the biggest throw.
Action.
Lovely shot. Oh, bullseye. It's taken.
Izano bukela amanina ehlala iqakamba. And remember, entry is free.
The Hollywood Bets Pro Series from 4 October to 15 March.
Remember those blissful long summer days? Bright smoke drifting across the stands. The hiss on the grass banks. And the thrill of getting your hero's autograph? Remember when we came together for more than just cricket? For the rivalries, the banter, and for those moments that brought us all to our feet.
Sensational catch. Right out of the stadium. What a shot that is.
Remember that feeling? It's back. Every team, every format, from the fire of the T20 Challenge to the battles of the One Day Cup. The intrigue of the 4-day series and the brilliance of the Hollywood Bets Pro Series.
Boulder.
This season, it's time to make new memories. Book your ticket to the best of South African domestic action. Head to cricket.co.za for all the details. With hometown pride on the line. Hosanna.
Hello and welcome to Boland Park. Just look at that picturesque sight. It is unbelievable. It is magnificent. It is smarter than smart. A hearty welcome now then to Boland Park. It's the multiply momentum titans against the Goldrush Boland, who are reeling at the top of the log. They've played 3, won 3. The Titans, this will be their third. They've played 2, lost 1-1, and they had 1 loss. So they've got 4 points out of that at the current moment. But it's the men from Boland who are top of the log. The guys from the Titans, they've won the toss. They've elected to bat first. So that will be Steve Stalk and Andile Petloquaya. I presume that will open the batting. But just looking at that sight, I mean, it's a sight to behold. You guys up in Johannesburg, I'm sure you are very, very jealous of us. With me, my colleague and opening the batting with me is Eugene Molian, all the way from Cape Town. He is the tall framed guy and a man that is least smiling. The 2 umpires, Marie Erasmus and Laura Achenberg, fresh from her semi-final stint there in India when Australia played India in that magnificent semi-final, and then the old pro, Marie Erasmus, strutting to the middle. Eugene, good evening.
A very good evening to you, Jeremy. Very good evening to all our viewers. Yes, I'm all intrigued about this enticing clash we have in front of us here. Momentum, multiplied Titans. Things not going all their way this season. Looking at the red ball format and then the T20 format where they've won 1, lost 1. But in terms of their host here, the Goldrush Boland team, they are really flying. 3 wins from 3. And can they get another win under their belt? They're going to have to do it in a format or in a way they haven't done so far, Jeremy. In all the games they've batted first. Here they've got to try and score the runs in the second innings.
Well, if you look at the 2 teams and you see how they match up, to me it's going to be a question is how well Boland bowls. I mean, now they could bowl. I just feel maybe on the batting side, I know the Titans is a young side, but you're talking about experience. They're probably missing 1 or 2 guys there in the batting. So the batting could be, I mean, they've got the experience in Andile Petloquaya, but I'm just saying, looking down the order, it just looks a little bit vulnerable for me. So it's up to Boland to make early inroads here and try and put them under pressure.
Well, I think this might be good for the Titans because when they got to that 150 against the Tuskers, they batted first. So maybe that's a good point for them as we look at Andile Petloquaya's numbers there, and he's really want to try and up that. He's been shifted up right to the top of this order.
Well, the other thing that one can also, and we know that these guys, I mean, when they're playing up on the high veld, they have all their practices there. The ball bounces a little bit more. Here at the coast, before Christmas and even throughout, the bounce is a little bit lower. So that gives an indication. Clinton Stearman has been outstanding with the ball. He's got 5 wickets. Dodgen is top of the pops with 6 wickets in this competition. So between the two of them, if they can make inroads early in this power play, they can put the Titans on the back foot. But we know, I just think that the Titans, where they are very experienced to me, is in their spinning department. They've got Shamsi, who know these conditions. He played here for the Paarl Rocks. He's played here quite a couple of years. And then also the ever dangerous Roelof van der Merwe. You can never write the two of them off. And between the two of them, they can cause a lot of damage when Boland's turn is to bat. So Boland has to turn on the heat, make sure they take the wickets. First ball, here we go. Right on the money, Stearman, isn't he?
Well, he's had such an unbelievable start to the season in both formats so far that we have seen Clinton Stearman, 33 years of age now, and he just knows his game inside and out. For me, I just love the way this guy runs in. Look at those numbers there. I mean, he's got 57 wickets, Jeremy, and he's going only at 7. In T20 cricket, you'll take that and run as far as you can.
For a quick bowler to go at an average of 7, that is magnificent stuff. He does bowl line and length, and he does get the ball to swing. And that one just angling into the left-hander, not giving him any space. Here at Boland Park, you don't want to give batsmen any width or any space to get under. The boundaries are a bit inner, so it's a bit closer than normal. So if you hit the ball straight here, you're going to get 6 or 4 very easily.
Yeah, and you've got to give yourself a chance. I always say, give yourself a chance. You can get the dot balls back at. Don't just go in there and start hitting from ball 1. Seen 2 balls and it was right on the money.
That's cut away from Preachy, sweeping on the boundary. He's sharp and quick.
They got the right man out there. I call him the breeze. He just glides across this outfield. Seen him a few times here in the sort of club and franchise competitions here that they have here in Boland. But interesting to see him. But I would like to see this guy here, Steve Stolk.
Yeah.
19 years of age.
Played SA under 19,
Yeah.
a product of Hoërskool Menlo Park there in Pretoria. So they say he's quite a hard-hitting batsman. Oh, is that an edge? Has it carried? Kevin Lorachenbach just asking. Marais Rasmus has it carried. Drama early on. First over, wicket. And Boland have struck with a wicket of Steve Stolk.
Clinton Stearman is not giving anybody any sighters whatsoever. He's hit his line, he's hit his length. The ball just nibbling off the seam. And Steve Stolk, just as you said, how dangerous this fella can be. Only managed to find the edge. It was a good low catch by the captain, Reece Fortuin, as well. There's a little nibble. I think they look back. Says it all. What a start for Boland.
Jordan, now the new batsman in. Jordan, actually. Josh Jordan, new man in.
Well, Jeremy, we spoke off air about the inexperience, and here we see it again. Early doors, they got to front up the Titans. They got to find a way to get themselves through this power play first and foremost. You don't want to lose too many wickets. They say if you lose 3 in the power play, you're a little behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Right-handed batsman. Oh, product of Paul Roos. What's with all these Cape Townians these days? That's the, you know, before they queued up to play down here in Cape Town at Boland and Western Province. But these days, these guys don't want to stay here near the coast anymore. They're all going inland. There must be something in the water up there. Well, there's no water for starters.
I was going to ask you, what water are you talking about? Or maybe what's in the water here in the Cape that's chasing them away.
Yeah, maybe that is, but I think guys go where they think things are working and systems are in place. Nicely tucked away on the onside again. Van Bresjes does the fielding. Will only be a single. And Josh Jordan off the mark.
Yeah, and that's the end of the first over as well. And what a first over it's been there for Goldrush.
I can't see that far.
Yeah, interesting to see Jordan really move across his stumps then. Maybe for a brief second, Keith Dudgeon just thought he's in the business here, but that is what these batters do. They move across, they walk across, and they say, try and hit my pads if you want. Clip that nicely onto the leg side.
Ken Dodgen, this will only be a single. I'll be happy with that in the power play, Boland. Boundaries have not been scored, and they wouldn't mind run a ball, singles, 4 runs and over. They want to keep it tight.
Isn't it? You just tick that over off as you get to 6.
Yeah.
When happy hour's done, you just tick that off.
Absolutely.
There's a real swagger, Jeremy, about the way Boland's playing and just looking around when they did their warm-ups and just on the field now in the early stages here.
Nicely bowled again, just tucking Petloquayo up. Yeah, the big thing is, I mean, they've got 3 victories under their belt. They're sitting pretty nicely on the log 13. They're playing the Titans today. If they somehow can get a victory, net single bonus point, they're 17 points. If they get to beat the Dolphins here next week at home as well, because your home games are the games they're going to be top of the log, no one's going to get them. They'll have a final here, because 2 and 3 plays out for a place in the semi-final, isn't it?
Top 4.
1 and 2 play out front, 1 and 2 play front.
Well, so there'll be 2 semi-final, but it gives you advantage of a home semi-final. Well, it's changed. Last year it was the top team went through, and 2 and 3 played each other. Well, now it's again the top 4 teams get into a semi-final. But at least they'd be assured of a place in the semi-final if they win tonight.
And the thing I like about it, Jeremy, when we were out there with him, they don't thinking too far ahead. They're thinking about this game, the Titans, the coaches, the players. All of them are just focusing themselves on this game, and that's good for this campaign as well.
Well, it's important to focus what's at hand. You can't think too far ahead. That's where things go awry. When you're planning too far ahead, get the job done, do it clinically, make sure, because every opponent you play, they're also coming here to win. It's only that the guys at the coast, as it says, the wicket's a little bit slower, and these guys are used to these conditions. It's very difficult for batsmen coming from the high veld. Normally, Hilton Ackerman always had a theory that because in Cape Town and you have your Indo net so late that all the Joburg guys, they get hundreds before Christmas. And after Christmas, it's the guys from the coast that cash in. Well, it's almost Christmas. Month to go. Hopefully you've started to buy your gammon already and your turkey here, Eugene.
Not even a chance. Not even a hope yet, Jeremy.
Well, you love your food.
I love my food, so I need to get thinking. Well, 2 overs gone, done and dusted. 7 for 1. What a start for the home team. But it's important, Jeremy. You can't just dot it up. I said you must give yourself a chance. You need to rotate the strike, because this game, T20 cricket, it happens so quickly. Now we're going to be into the 3rd over. That's just where I would just want to be a fly on that shoulder to find out what is actually the thought process. What are you going to do here?
Well, we all know that in the power play, if you manage to get 2 or 3 wickets, you're in business. It's driven, the outer edge of the bat, skewed down to a deep cover, backward of point on the boundary.
Yeah, that's what we see now. Modern day cricketers point on the boundary, deep backward square on the boundary. Those are the 2 men that's out. And so far, these 2 bowlers are bowling to that field. Left hand on strike now.
I don't mind that field placing in T20 cricket and one-day cricket. But my goodness, when you start off a test match and you've got a guy on the cover boundary, I can get the fits. I think that one was just straying down leg side. And Laura Achenbach, no hesitation in saying that as well. Yeah, I want to do my nut when I come to a ground and I'm busy doing a test match and I see the guy on a point boundary. First ball of the test match. Goodness me.
He's not lying, folks. He's definitely not lying. I've seen it all. The rhino getting his horns out.
It's cut away. Again to the point boundary from Bressis. Only the single. They've kept Pitloquaya quiet because he can give it a good thump once he gets hold of it.
And I was just thinking about that. He's somebody that likes to go in that cow region. When he goes and gets at sort of that back of a length, he can pick it up. I think he's very wary of this ball just nipping back at him as a left-hander from Glenton Stearman. So maybe a case in point where he could maybe just go onto that off stump and just say, listen, anything is in my arc, I can go for it a little bit more.
Oh, that's nicely steered. It could come back for a second. There's also a ground that you've got to hit your angles and then make sure that when you find them, you run hard.
It's not about the boundaries, isn't it? It's about how you can get the ones and twos and even multiply that with the threes as well. At times, you will get boundary opportunities, but it's what you give in between those periods.
All plays and misses. Again, just nibbling away there from Stearman. And Jordan, feet stuck in the toilet, trying to play the expansive drive. And nearly gets the outside edge.
Well, this is a good over from Glenton. Look at that. 4 runs, Jeremy. 4 runs with 1 ball to come. 11 for 1. And even if this ball goes for a boundary, that takes the score up to 15. It's up there at 5s.
He's just an immaculate bowler, this fella. So runs in, hits the deck, bowls a nice line, and he'll be saying to you, you want to hit me? You go. There we go. End of the third. 11 for 1.
Yeah, brilliant start. And now we're going to see a change there. As we look at that mountain range on the far side there, that's beautiful. That's the log. Top of the pops there, Goldrush Boland with 13 points. And then just a few places below them, you'll find Momentum Multiplied Titans. Only played 2. They're on 4 points. Still very early days in this tournament for them. But as I said there at the toss, Jeremy, you want to get winning. You want to get on a winning feeling. You want to get on a winning buzz very early in this competition because there's only 7 games. As we see Mr. Manack coming into the attack here, and he has been exceptional in this format of the game. Look at that economy of 6.25. That's just magnificent.
Well, what he does do, he gets purchase. He's a tall fellow, so he gets it nicely over the top. He likes to sometimes just give it air like he does there. And nearly that one crept through. That's what he can do. Sometimes it can be a tad too short when he tries and darts it in. But to me, I like what I saw when he loops it. That's where he's at his most dangerous.
And he always strikes in his first over.
Oh, he's got hold of that. He could be out. And yes, Pitloquaya departs. Titans in trouble, 11 for 2.
Just as I said, he always strikes in his first over. Pitloquaya wanting to get after the big fella, and he's hit that ball straight as a die to the man at deep mid-wicket. And Van Bressis does the rest. That's a second wicket gone, and the Titans in a little bit of strife here early on in the power play as well. I mean, Van Bressis hardly had to move for that one.
Well. Another young player in Keegan, Lime Cachet. He hails from St. John's High School, played for the Pretoria Capitals as a rookie, I suppose, in the Titans, and he was also at the USA, that's the university's team. I think he's probably at Tuckies in the All Africa Games. At the Africa Games he was. So he's got 7 innings, high score 54. That strike rate is not bad. Keegan Leon Cachet of 136. But that's needed today, yeah, if the Titans want to get any score of respectability.
Well, he comes in with a little bit of form, doesn't he? That 54, you see there as his highest score. He got that in game 1 against the Tuskers. But here we have 2 youngsters, men with not a lot of experience behind them. They really have got to dig deep here for the Titans. Firstly, getting them through this power play. There's still 2 overs to go after this one, but they've got to face this fella, Imran Manack. He's wily, I tell you. He'll be gun barrel straight here.
Oh, that's a dangerous shot early on. My goodness me.
this is the wicket, just going after it there. And as I said, straight to the man. And Manack, he strikes in his first over yet again.
Nicely driven, but he's not going to get it past the fielder. So Manack, he's got 5. Dot, 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 wicket, dot, dot. Oh, well bowled. Excellent delivery. See, that's what I like. When he gets it over the top and he's coming over the perpendicular, that's what I like to see from Manack. Times he can be a tad short, but just look at that loop. He gets to the eye level of the batsman, so that gets the head lifting, Eugene, and the batsman gets confused. Bowled. Excellent stuff. Wicket maiden. What a beauty. 11 for 2 after 4.
You talk about that flight and that loop that he gets. He also bowls it probably from about 8 foot.
Well, that's what makes him so dangerous.
That is.
Exactly, because he's a tall fella.
And it's not easy then to go for that cross-batter shot. We saw that first ball from Kashay there, trying to go for that sweep. It's not easy to pick at length. And that, as you rightly said, makes him so dangerous.
What's so interesting, I can remember back, I was still at Free State Cricket, back in the 90s, when we had a coaching course where Ashley Mallet, who played off-spin of Australia, played here in the 1970 tour. And we did an off-spinners course, and he had a piece of not string, he had, what do you call, when people knit with this thing?
Wool.
Wool, yeah, he had a piece of wool over, and like 2 sections. And he was looping it and showing us what to do in terms of off-spin, how to play with the eye line of the batsman, which I just thought was absolutely fascinating. Yeah. Oh, it's nicely played. It'll be a single. They want to come back for a second. They would be in trouble. Eugene, nothing's changed with the game. You still got to play with the eye line of the batsman. Just now you get probably the advent of a Shane Warne brought probably more. You got now the Kerm ball and the Gun ball and you name it. You call it what you want. The one that comes. Yeah, there's lots of more variations now in cricket.
But I mean, you saw a lot of cricket. You still have. We don't see that art anymore. Spinners are more trying to bowl it quicker into the surface, trying to get more purchase.
And who says that you can't play normal cricket in T20 again? Yeah, we're seeing a fast bowler doing his art. He's just keeping it there, line and length, getting it to nibble away. He's got the right areas, the right length. And then you see a spinner from the other side who plays with the eye line of the batsman. And as you said, he's a tall fellow, which makes him difficult to read. Plain and simple. Nothing difficult about this game of cricket. I think sometimes we confuse ourselves. We make it difficult. Look, it's not an easy game to play.
No, it's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
But the difficult thing now for the Titans is they have got to rebuild here, and it's T20 cricket, and you can't lose that third wicket. You've got to have a partnership here. That is important here, just to get some momentum in their favour. At the minute, all the momentum is with the home side, Goldrush, Boland.
Yeah, this is the Titans have been very dominant in South African cricket. I mean, they've been struggling in the 4-day game, and I mean, they have got a young side, and that's got to give it. So maybe it's a period where the Titans are saying, that one's driven. We're in a rebuilding phase. And whether we win or not, we're giving young players an opportunity. But by come next season and the season after that, if we put faith in the youngsters that we believe in, they got to start repaying us. So that's also a good philosophy to have.
Yeah, it is. And only time will tell
Yeah.
how they're going to build and how they're going to get that back on, because for years the Titans franchise has just been very strong in South African domestic cricket.
Oh, they've dominated, haven't they?
Oh,
Here's a mix-up. Oh, and a fumble. He just looked up the fielder. And I reckon a direct hit there, but the picking up on the first place would have been trouble for the batsman.
Oh, that's Grant Rulofson. If he picked that ball up first time, I think another one would have gone. But 5 overs gone here. 2 wickets down for 15.
Oh, it's been a good power play for Boland thus far. Manack's bowled just the 1 over, where they're going back to Dudgeon. Or yeah, that was a clever move from the captain. He's just saying, all right, Imi, you've got the wicket. We're just going to push you, I beg your pardon, you back till once the power play's done. You've got to have more protection, and then there we go, you'll have your 3. So Dodge into his second. He only went for 5 in his first, Keith Dudgeon. Johan Ferreira joins me. Good evening.
Good evening, Jeremy, and to all our viewers. Great to be back behind the microphone and in Paarl. Weather's certainly changed.
Yeah, you certainly make guest appearances. I see you also choose your games when you want to come and visit us. But welcome. Good to have you.
Thanks, Jeremy. It's seldom that you see a 5-over period go by without a boundary being scored in T20 cricket. But I guess it illustrates how Boland has dominated. They've earned their position at the top of the log, and they've applied the pressure from the onset on the Titans, and they've kept it so tight. We haven't seen one short ball. We haven't seen a boundary ball, and the Titans have got to make the play, and they haven't been able to do so through disciplined bowling from Boland throughout.
And the fielding has also been right on the money. That's what helps as well. It's no use you being a good bowling unit, but you're not assisted in the field. They've taken the catches, the 2. We saw the one that Fortuin took, the catch in the deep from Brissies. The ground fielding has been good. They've been on the money. I've seen one little fumble, maybe in a chance. Rudolphson just looking up. But other than that, you can't fault this Boland side for the way they've played at the moment. Oh, what a delivery. My goodness me, he opened him up there like a can of worms.
Well, I was watching the previous game, and they gave nothing, and they are so difficult. There's a new ball combination, Keith Dudgeon and Glendon Steerman, and they will make it difficult for you throughout. But this is that's a gem.
Absolute jaffa of a delivery.
Oh, again, there's a slight hesitation, but they'll scamper through for a single. But I guess, that, again, Jeremy, you go earning the right to be at the top of the log. You've got to be good in all disciplines of cricket. It's not just about batting and bowling. The fielding is part and parcel of the whole package, and they've been on the money from game number 1. And it's just difficult for the Titans. How do they get out of this grip, this vice grip that's been applied? 2 balls to go, and then the power play is done and dusted, and they're going at, well, just 3 to the over. Nothing imposing.
They're probably saying, listen, let's get to a total that is nearly defendable, and if they can get to 140, 150, it'll be, here on this ground, normally it's Paarl 160, if I'm not mistaken. 153, yeah. So that you get to 148, 150, you Paarl, yeah. Who knows? And you can still get there, no doubt about it, but they'll have to start scoring boundaries, number 1. And number 2, they mustn't lose wickets. Doesn't help the Southeasters also pumping here.
Yeah, the weather's changed pretty quickly in Paarl. We've had good conditions, and suddenly the heat has come, but with the wind. I was out next to tennis courts earlier this afternoon and watching my 10-year-old try and serve, which was quite interesting.
What, was it the she?
Yes, I've got 2 daughters.
Blown off her feet?
No, she's small in stature, but she gave a good account of herself. A Monday parent, kids do everything. Power play done and dusted, 20 for 2. Difficult times for the Titans.
Yeah, difficult time indeed. And Siyabongo Mahima now into the attack.
How blessed is Boland, Jeremy? You can throw the ball to anyone, and it's a threat throughout. There's just no easy bowler, in inverted commas. They all come at you, and they all quality throughout.
Yeah. And, they've probably, last year they got into a final, was it of the 50-over competition? They lost here against the Dolphins, and they've done all the hard work. Now it's the time, you get yourself into finals. You now got Kaplan's in good form, Rudolphson's in good form. Leon Botha starting to come through. So yeah, they're showing signs. So you need collective 5 or 6 guys in a team. Clyde Fortuin, we know what he's all about, very talented. So that gives him the edge. Steerman, Dudgeon. They've got a good squad.
Yeah, I like the names that you've mentioned, Rudolphson, Dudgeon. They've settled in nicely since they moved to Paarl as well. They've become part of this unit that's dominating and moving up in the ranks.
Just working that on the onside.
And talking about characters, sometimes we don't often talk about those dressed in red and black, but Marie Erasmus, great to see him still part of the local scene, done with international cricket, but still involved, real character of the game.
Yeah, what a gentleman, Marie Erasmus. And what a pleasure, isn't it, for these young umpires? I mean, Laura Achenbach, she's just been to a World Cup. She stood at the high stage in the semi-final. Australia versus India. What a semi-final that was, ladies cricket. Oh, swept again. Oh, that's just a shot out of anger, that. It wasn't a controlled sweep shot.
And it's just, again, just illustration. You've got to make the play. You've got to do something abnormal to try and get a boundary. We're still waiting for our first boundary. We're deep into the 7th over.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Run hard. Try and press the field. That's good fielding. He's quick, this chap. He's rapid. And he gives it a good whooping. Now things have gone Boland's way. They'd be happy. I'll bowled again.
That's another good over from Boland and Mahima's first. It comes to an end, only 4 off it.
Well, Mahima's, as you said, 4 runs. Dodgen has taken off now for Risco Adams. So collectively, these 4 bowlers have been good. So if Risco as the 5th bowler does a job as well, this is what happened in the power play.
Yeah, sharp catch behind, had to just move forward slightly, and then Manack, as he does, immediately applied the pressure and then was rewarded straight away. Shot from Petlaquayo straight to the field. They had to move a couple of steps towards the boundary rope, but always in control. Beat him outside off stump, play and miss. They kept coming. This Dudgeon with a beaut outside off stump squared him up. It's been the Boland show in the first 7 overs.
Oh, it's an appeal by RBW, but stifled. Maybe a bit on the high side. Marie Erasmus unmoved, not interested. That's a good length. Line is good as well. That's what you got to do now. If all 5 bowlers are that relentless, it's going to make it very, very difficult for the Titans. It's been a collective effort thus far from this Boland bowling unit.
Oh, just again, nothing on offer. If I can ask you, Jeremy, in your opinion, what has brought about the turnaround and Boland becoming the powerhouse that they have become in South African cricket?
Well, you just got to go back a couple of years. It doesn't just stem from yesterday. It stems from a long time ago. They've had some fantastic coaches here, some fantastic cricketers. We've seen they're always producing cricketers to play for South Africa. You go back to the days of Henry Davids, Omar Henry, you just name them, and Justin Anton, the Shah Langevelds of this world, the Roger Telemarcuses. Now, when you come out of these areas where people are also very much underprivileged and not that affluent, so they play cricket. And cricket becomes a lifeblood for them to actually get out to that. And we've seen some fantastic youngsters that are there. I mean, I've seen in their T10 challenge here, we've commentated at James King, I've seen some fantastic talent that gives me a lot of heart. That you show that, and you've got to develop depth. It's important to develop depth.
Yeah, I guess that takes you, first of all, to the school structure, but more importantly, the club structure, the feeding base, as they go through for a quick chance to direct it. Oh, the question's being asked. Oh, that looked mighty close. Mighty close.
Yeah. Lorna Agabak saying no. She was right in position.
Middle stump cartwheeled out of the ground. Risky second. They took it. Directed, always going to make it tighter than normal.
The biggest challenge that they're going to have in the future, that is the challenge, is can they keep their players here? That is why I'm a believer. Everybody else comes and they see good players, they offer them contracts. Now, that system has to change. And I'll tell you why I'm saying that. So I don't have a problem. You just have a look at this delivery. Only be a single. I don't have a problem with provinces saying, right, they want to bolster and buy players. But how much did it cost you to develop a young player from primary school level to where he is now, playing provincial cricket and then performing? It shouldn't just be the player that should be paid the money. The union should be given also R1 million and plus to get a player whatever they're paying him, so that they can go on and develop more players. And you see that small unions sometimes like this don't have the big checkbooks like other big unions. So the challenge is for them is, if this team's doing well at the moment and they're playing good cricket, is how do you keep this crop of players for the next 3 to 4 years? That is going to be their challenge.
Yeah, I'm totally on your page, and I think the seller is the fact that suddenly there is a franchise in Paarl where you've got some of the best schools in the country and the feeding base, and a youngster can say, well, I can stay here and I can make cricket my career, and this is where I can play. I don't have to move far to be exposed to provincial cricket. Just some of the scenery that we are privileged to wake up to in the morning. Mountains, winelands, beautiful part of South Africa. Not beautiful for the Titans at the moment. Siyabonga Mahima starts his second over.
Oh, that's nearly carried, and that'll go away for 4.
The first one, Jeremy, the first boundary in the 9th over. Would you believe it?
Now, you missed that. Steelman not getting there. And it's been the first boundary after 24 dot balls we've had before that. And now we're having a boundary. Well, he'll be relieved. Joshua Jordan getting his first. Been a good passage for Boland cricket. 8 overs. What, you're batting at what, 4 and over? Yeah. You want to be going at 7-8. But Boland just hasn't allowed them. Now these guys are grinding. It's got hold of that. That'll be 4. Yeah, well done. Pick the gap beautifully.
No boundaries in the first 8 overs. 2 in 3 balls.
Yeah. Keegan Lancashire. Bit short. Got into position and whipped it through mid-wicket.
Again, it's the movement. Just outside leg, positions himself, keeps still, and then picks his spot. Gets the delivery as well, but you still have to execute. He did that to perfection. Partnership of 27.
Given air this time. Driven down the ground for 1.
What Boland has also done very well, they've rushed through the overs. So you look up and you're approaching the halfway mark. You've got 39 on the board. Panic stations would be going off.
That's in the air, and it's going to be very, very close. It was to Avive Makajima, just eluding him. Nearly the 3rd wicket. It was well bowled. He saw him advancing, and he didn't really get to the pitch of it.
Mahima this time just gamesmanship, just keeping the ball back, wants to see the movement. And Lancashire just looked up before that. He's eyeing the leg side. He's looking at the 3 boundary runners.
Again, to the odd side, only the single. 12 off it. The best over for the Titans. 9 overs gone now. 41 for 2.
While we have an opportunity just to bring you up to speed as well, there is a summary of the scorecard. 41 for 2. Early inroads made by the Boland bowling lineup. Once again, Petlakwaya going cheaply, Stork going cheaply. Yesho Jordan and Keegan Lancashire needing to rebuild for the Titans. They've got a big job to do. Batting to come, but they've settled in. They've got to start, both of them. Very important now that they don't lose a wicket. Just to bring you up to speed, South Africa playing Pakistan. Great to see Quinton de Kock getting 100. Tony de Zorzi on 63. South Africa in a strong position to level the ODI series against Pakistan.
Yeah, there'll be lots to play for. If South Africa square up the series, they'd want to end off well in Faisalabad. Oh, that was well bowled. He saw him moving towards the extra and he kept following him.
Yeah, Mahima in that short fine leg position.
Well, it's a tall frame and wide as well. You'd expect him to stop it. The DJ
didn't have to
dancing
move
feet?
much.
Nah. Yeah, lovely character. Siyabonga Mahima. It's pulled to mid-wicket, only the single. He's bowling to his field.
Yeah, 100%. And it's interesting to see the different approach. Adams has gone slightly shorter than what we've seen throughout from the four bowlers before him. They're not settling on a foolish line, but to your point, Jeremy, he has two boundary protectors on the leg side. And then the short fine leg in the circle as well. Long off on the boundary.
Well, that will be wired and duly called by Marie Erasmus. Is that the first extra? It was fantastic stuff in the 10th over. That's in the air. That'll go for 6. Yeah, no, he's hit that. Got all of that. I don't know why you're going to short deliveries like that. That was naughty from Frisco Adams.
I was just talking about that, and he's changed the approach that's worked for Boland. They've gone full of a length, and this time, again, a shorty. And just freeing the arms, going through the ball, and it's flown to the fence. That's the first maximum of the day in the 10th over, 45 for 2.
Well, at that pace, and he's short of stature. If you're going to bowl him short, you're going to be ringing them past the ears of the batsman. You can't be bowling short in the middle of the pitch. 50 up as well now for the men from Pretoria, the Multiply Titans. And these two have really got 40 now as their partnership. They've done well from where they were in the precarious position early on. Full and straight, son. Slower delivery. We'll come back for 2, but I'd accept that any day. Only 1?
Ooh, I think they missed an opportunity here, Jeremy. Should have been quicker on that first run. Adams slightly expensive if you look in comparison to the rest of the bowlers today. 16 conceded, 1 ball shy of his second over. Jordan has 28, Lancashire has 20.
Slower delivery again on leg stump. Just paddled away for a single. End of the 10th over, 53 for 2.
It'll be interesting to see what Boland do. Do they change this up and replace Adams? Hasn't really settled into a line and length compared to Steelman, who was right on the money. 3 overs, 1 for 10. Dudgeon, 2 overs for 10. Manack, only the 1 over. Wicket maiden. Mahima's 2 overs costing 16. So a bit of an opportunity to talk in the middle as we see some of the spectators that has come in this afternoon. It will be Mahima to continue with his 3rd over. Eugene Molion back in commentary as well. Lovely to see you, Eugene.
Good to see you, Mr. Ferreira. Back in your hometown here in Paarl. As Mahima continues driven down the ground. A lot to admire from these two youngsters, Mr. Ferreira. They ran well. I like the way they're running hard between the wickets. They're trying to get the scoreboard moving. They've been gifted, in my view, a few short balls which they've put away as well. They've taken a risk or 2. But they're getting that scoreboard moving here in a partnership of 42.
This one is slapped out towards the boundary, and it will be an easy 2. But again, the value of the singles and the 2s in a game where you know boundaries are going to be tough to come by, but just building that partnership, keeping that scoreboard ticking over, and then having a score in mind. They're at the halfway stage.
that score is going to be. We'll wait and see. But what's in their favour now, with 10 overs still to go, is that wickets column. They've got 8 still in the bank. And these 2 youngsters are running, trying to run, putting the fielders under pressure so far. And so far, Goldrush Boland, their fielding has been top-notch.
Oh, he's got him, he's cleaned him up, and it's the little dance as well. Mahima is ready for a party.
Well, just as I sung their praises, isn't it, Mr. Ferreira? He's gone looking for the big shot, the big booming 6, and he's just managed to miss it. And the man from Sherwood Forest, Sia Mahima, he strikes. The DJ showing us his moves as well. But this was tossed up, and it's something that Jeremy Frederick spoke about. Getting that ball tossed up above that eye line, eyes going wide, just missed that.
Lights on in Paarl. Floodlights on as Sips Makanya walks to the crease. Big responsibility on his shoulders now. They just started this rebuilding phase, having lost 2 early wickets, 11 for 2, now 57 for 3. So partnership comes to an end.
Well, this is where the Lions probably would have, apologies, not the Lions, the Titans probably would have liked the likes of a Donovan Ferreira, like batter to come in, somebody that can clear the boundaries a little bit easier. But Sips Makanya here, he's probably also going to be running very hard between the stumps here. Average of 20.79, he's got a higher score of 63, but it's that strike rate, just a tick under 120. That's going to be key here for the Titans.
Oh, big slash outside off stump, misses that one. Mahima picks up his first then. Tail up, always a difficult customer.
Yeah, it's a place where you can't look to hit the ball too square. This is where you got to try and hit the ball down the ground, present the full face of the bat onto it. They get 1, but it's an over that brought about another wicket. 11 gone, 58 for 3.
Just an opportunity to have a look at that again. Lion Cachet, he's moved around the crease quite a lot. This time, stay static. Wanted to give that the full Monty, but castled. And that's the end of his innings. His time at the crease, 58 for 3. Real trouble for the Titans.
Well, trying to get this man to go at 8 and over is difficult. Imran Manack, he's back in. He bowled a maiden wicket early on today, getting rid of Andile Petlequeo, and he's back into the attack. And I think Clive Rees-Fontaine has juggled his bowlers very well here.
Reverse sweep is pulled out. There's a man covering.
It's not just a man, that's the breeze out there. Van Briesies, he is lightning across his outfield.
No surprise to see the change. Adams slightly expensive, 2 overs for 17. So good change. Bring back one of the aces in your pack, which is Imran Manack. First run he's conceded.
That sort of club down the ground by Jordan will just be a single, and this is where another rebuilding phase needs to come in here, but it needs to happen very quickly for the Titans. He's moved on to 32 from 27. Man, that was schooled at Paarl Roos in Stellenbosch. Lovely part of the world that is.
Another sport hub of South Africa. A lot happening in Stellenbosch. Oh, they're going for 2. They'll get through.
That's what you got to do. And Jordan, he takes the plaudits there because he ran hard to the danger end. Yeah, I was wondering when you would say, I thought Stellenbosch, nice part of the world, and you took a time to answer me there because you're a man from Paarl. I know it's very big rivalries, Paarl, Stellenbosch, Franschhoek.
Goes the aerial route. Oh, it will just hold up in the wind. Thought for one moment that the fielder would come in. There is certainly blustery conditions, no doubt about it, but there was a real chance.
That ball was in the air for a very, very long time. That's all I'm going to say on that one. And there was no real urgency. I will have to say that. And maybe, as you said, it hung in the breeze for a long time, but, well, from our viewpoint, Mr. Ferreira, maybe a chance gone.
Yeah, I think so. I think he could have maybe just put on the skates and motored in slightly quicker. Just try and create the half chance.
It just shows, just look at the angles. Long off is very wide that time. That time it was 1. The previous time we were able to run to, the ball was hit a lot straighter. End of the 12th, 3 down for 64. And just shows how difficult the angles here at Boland Park can be at times.
A team meeting, 12 overs gone, 64 for 3.
When's the onslaught coming? That's what that team meeting is. Dan Khalid still in the hut. He's got to come. Ruler van der Merwe, he can. We all know that. Maria, he's still in the hut as well.
Ball out, he's
48 balls left. What can they muster up here? Gavin, I'll tell you that. 48 balls. How much you say there? 60, 70 runs more. 70 gets him to 135. Is that enough?
I don't think so. It's going to come down to a very disciplined bowling effort by the Titans. And I mean, Boland are loaded with so much experience. They know these conditions. They know the batting conditions. I guess you'll have to ask, in that Titans camp, what are they looking at? What are they thinking? What can they potentially defend? This one is in the gap, placed beautifully for.
Well, the youngster Jordan has hit that so far in front of square. It was, in fact, Keith Dudgeon, the man who was long on that put in the dive. That's how far in front of square he hit that. Beautiful shot along the deck. Got into a very good position. But look how far in front of square he's hitting that ball. And that's what I mentioned. You've got to try and hit the ball in front of square a lot more than behind square or on square. Oh, that's the old Hilton Ackerman. Hit a 4 and get the single.
He looks in control. He's 39 of 32. Makanya on 6, but they probably both have to take on this aggressive role. It's not going to be left to one player.
It's gone over extra again. This ball is trying to get to the boundary, and it will. Eventually, Kaplan put in the dive, but it's a dive in vain. And another boundary for the Titans. And this time for Makanya.
It's a lovely shot by Sips Makanya. Just gives himself a bit of room, opens up, frees the hands, targets the offside, and executes beautifully.
Well, this is much better. And maybe they got sights on maybe 140. They got to go at 10s to get there.
Quicker from Mahima. Great fielding, well supported.
Well, again, not good running because that was a dot ball. Ends the 13th over. Good over for the Titans. 75 for 3. And that ends Mahima's spell. He's gone at 8s. 1 for 32 in off his 4. And there's the men from the Titans. Still men to come.
So let me ask you twofold. Titans, first of all, sitting there, they have to put the score on the board. If you were in the Titans management group, what would you settle for right now in this position?
10s. 10s as a minimum.
So that's another 70.
So if you go at 10s, looking at that's 1 boundary and over. And then you run well between the wickets as well. Frisco Adams is back into the attack. You can't come here and settle for less than that. It is very difficult to defend that, but Boland have found a way to defend that. So your bowling has to be top notch. However, you've got 7 wickets still in hand here, and you've got to try and make a play for it.
It's been interesting how they've used Imran Manack. They've 1 over out of the attack, 1 over out of the attack. Does he come from our end, our commentary position? Does he replace Mahima?
Well, they've got him still to come. They've got, I think, Steerman has 1 over left. That will probably be in the back end. Slower ball, over extra. Long off coming around. Long off, drops it. And has he dropped that for 6? Well, Murray Rasmus is just waiting for some kind of confirmation from the fielder. It's Dudgeon that did the long yards. He was very close to the boundary and still waiting for confirmation. And now he signals, it's papers, it's gone for 4.
Another chance. Well, that's the first one they grasped today, and there was the one that we felt they could have had a better effort as well, but nonetheless, boundary, valuable boundary. Scampers through for a single, won't throw. The cover was just slow to come around, so 81 for 3. Your 10s. This is one of those overs that they've got to make the most of.
Well, they've got the boundary and it's already have gone for 6 this over. It was a good looking shot over extra cover. Maybe the breeze taking that on. And he got there, did Dudgeon. And he just palmed the ball, just 1 bounce for 4. 3 balls still to come. 6 runs already off this Adams over.
Oh, full straight gone.
Can't be looking so square. You can't look so square. Jordan's lovely innings comes to an end. But it is that man, Frisco Adams, the Iceman, that bowls a slower ball and hits off peg. And that is the 4th wicket gone.
Great innings here, show Jordan, but it comes to an end. Adams goes full this time, hits off peg. And looks more relieved than anything else for Frisco Adams.
And he was playing so nicely, hitting the ball in front, and that time just looking a little bit too square for me. But still a very good innings, and he gave his team something here. Now for the rest of them, the likes of Dayan Khalim, that's come to the middle, for them to come to the party here and just try and build. What you're going to get from Dayan, you're not going to get too many dot balls. He is going to try and hit some big ones here. He's a very, very positive man. There's his numbers. 28 years of age now, is almost a senior pro in this team. And he's got a higher score of 74, but that strike rate of 121. That's what he wanted to try and really up in this innings.
Such a big blow to the Titans, the mainstay of the innings. Jordan, 39 of 34, he's gone. Brings a new man to the crease. New strategy. Sips Makanya on 15. Khalim now has to get going pretty quickly.
And that is also another example. They got 6 off the first 3 balls. And maybe you're looking to get too much out of the over. And that's why he took an unnecessary risk for me, trying to look so square. You've got to get that down, maybe run 2. Well, he's hit that to deep mid-wicket, will just be 1. But that is sort of the finer margins when you come to T20 cricket. Is, yeah, are we greedy to go for another boundary? We just hit another one. Maybe this is the boundary, there's this over to go, and then sometimes you get caught. And now again, new men come to the crease. Such fine lines, T20 cricket, isn't it? It's another slower ball. And I think he's just been rejuvenated, has Frisco Adams. Ever since that, he bowled well up there at the Wanderers at the ball ring against the Lions. As the 14th over comes to an end, and I think that has just given him the confidence, and we can see now he's picking up wickets as well.
Yeah, in cricket, confidence, it's amazing what it does, the momentum and the self-belief. I don't know what that was, but I don't know if that's part of the boundary rope, maybe a bit of a visitor that we haven't seen today.
No, we'll keep them aside, but yeah, confidence is a big thing. Yeah. I always have confidence before I tee off, but then once it gets to the 3rd hole, it's all gone. Well, here's a man full of confidence, Leon Botha, into the attack.
Oh, what a competition he has had so far. Oh, it's again aerial, done, first ball. We've just spoken him up, Leon Botha. He's had quite the campaign, comes in, gets the wicket first up.
Well, what can you say? Makanya trying to go after, trying to put the bowler under pressure. And Leon Botha, everything he touches turns to gold for Boland. And that is a simple catch to Adams. At first he didn't pick it up. As you can see, he didn't pick it up at all. But that is another wicket gone. And now the Titans got 2 new men at the crease.
Yeah, Makanya, he finished on his back, Had to get up, and it's the long walk back to the pavilion, 2 boundaries, spot of 16. Suddenly 2 new players at the crease. Leon Botha bowling his first over, first delivery, gets a wicket.
Is it the modern day cricketer that just wants to keep going at it and keep going at it and not prepared to just hit the ball down from one or just to try and get a feel for things? The modern day cricketer says, no, we got to go hard at it from ball 1.
Yeah, but sometimes you've got to use your brain.
New man at the crease, Gerhardus Jacobus Maria.
He's very deep in his crease there.
Also a young man, 20 years of age, product of a great college.
And look at what we see now. So this is just going to allow Botha just to bowl a good line and length because mid-off and mid-on, they're both up in the ring. So he can just run up, bowl a good line and length, don't go over-pitch the ball because they know they can't take too many risks. Oh, there was an edge, yeah. There was an edge. Bounced in front of Clark for 10, but through they come for 1.
He's off the mark. So Khalim 1, Maria 1, 84 for 5. Busy with the 15th over. That score adjustment, we were talking about 10s. That's going to be readjusted. Eugene, I don't think they'll take 140 right now. I think they'll take 130, to be quite honest.
Well, they take that with open arms because they're a little bit of strife now. Worked away onto the onside and yeah, I just think that game awareness, just about how to maximize your over from a batting perspective, it's just not there for the Titans at the minute. Yes, I know they want to go hard. Yes, I know they've got to hit boundaries. And yes, I know it's T20 cricket. But somewhere along the line, you can still milk it around a little bit.
Coming around the wicket, slides that down the leg side, asking the question, but umpire having none of it. Was there a little touch there? Jan Botha loving life at the moment. Top run scorer in this competition. Making a difference with the ball as well. All-round skill. It's part and parcel of the modern-day T20 cricketer.
Well, it's the 15th over part and parcel of the modern-day cricketer to go for 2. That's going to be wide. That's going to be a wide.
Oh, there's an appeal. They are convinced that there was an edge. Outstretched arm says, no. It's a single added to the tally. I reached for Taylor. It's that teapot stance. Keep it now.
Well, this ball was so wide. There was no real appeal. It would have been called wide. Keeper takes the catch. Everybody goes up. The umpire says, Sons of Creed. That's a wide.
Better lengths. That's the end of the Botha over. He's convinced that he had a second, but not to be. It's 86 for 5. The Titans in a spot of bother as we approach the last 5 overs of the innings. Jeremy Fredericks joins Eugene Malion for the last part of our first innings of this T20 fixture.
Yeah, thank you, Johan. Well, there's nothing short of just at times you've got to call it brainless cricket. I'm sorry to say it. One doesn't want to say it, but you've got to say you are in a bit of spot of bother. You expect senior batsmen that have played cricket for a long time to just ground down and stay in and say, right, we'll go the last 3 or 4 overs. Run hard, we'll get to 140. At this stage, how things are looking to get to 140 is a tough ask.
Well, if they get there, somebody has battered out their skin here as Manack again into the attack.
Yeah, I agree about going and saying, yeah, the modern day cricketer playing. But sure, it's still a thinking game at times. You go and you say, well, okay, this is the situation. You've got to do assessing. Well, that was nearly bowled. Bye signaled. And at times you just got to be smart about how you play the game.
That's the thing for me. You look at the scoreboard, that tells you the story. That tells you all the information you ever wish to get as to how you're going to go about your business here.
That batsman in all sorts of bother here, Marie.
The only reason why I got into bother is looking to hit that to square leg.
Again, back to just not getting to the pitch of it. Oh, this is a fantastic over.
Manack, white ball cricket. He comes to light.
Like a shining armor. Well, that has to be it, because that was a pie. Steak and kidney pie or nothing. And he bit that out the ground.
Well, we need to stop talking and lifting up these players, because every time we do say something good about them, they dish up something like that, a full toss. And that went all the way onto the bank here.
See, the bad ball comes, so then you can dispatch it. But just be smart about how you play the game. There we go. Well, they're a single. Without effort, 7 runs. They're coming back for it. That's smart cricket. Now we're talking. They're now in business. Not this happy hour stuff and you're going to go airborne, out, bowled, out, and you got no runs on the board. He's just hit the 6. He's been smart about it. He pushed it in the gap. He ran 2. Suddenly, they're 95 for 5. There's 4 overs to go now. Now we got to say, we got to take this deep, boys.
Yeah, that's what they have to do. And it's something that we've been calling out for batters, just to come and assess things. And there was opportunities to get 1s and 2s.
Yeah.
Because as soon as the power play was done, boom, field was spread.
Absolutely. Charlton now back into the attack. He'll be coming from the Nederburg side of the ground. Still got the small scoreboard operating, so my eyes are not as good. His 2 overs gone for 10, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go. He's into his 3rd now. Well stopped. Come back for a second. They'll think about it. Wisely sent back.
Well, so Imi has 1 left, and Steerman has 1 left. So Dajan might finish off from this end.
Yeah.
So those are the bowlers you're going to get. So now you also got a plan for that as a batter. Right out of them, who are we going to take on?
Bold. He just tried to get it into the gap for 1.
Well, he's got plenty of options. Adams also got overs left.
Been smart, Boland, thus far, using his bowlers. And they've done the job up to now. Not there. We're bowling in that area, you're asking to be it. 100 up.
Well, said we mustn't give the bowlers any praise, because the minute we give them praise, they sort of just says, no, whatever you said, we'll just do the opposite. That was sort of a slower ball bowled into the surface by the looks of it, but this helped on its way there by Marie. He's a big, strong fella, this fella.
Yeah, he just waited on that, Gerardus Johannes. The second 50 came off 7 overs now. Just shows you how long the first 50 took. Oh, because it was a flutter of wickets. Better.
Is that the collective noun for it? A flutter of wickets?
That's my collective noun for it.
A barrel of wickets? A waggle of wickets? Answers on a postcard, folks.
A barrel of wickets. It sounds like a bottle of wine. Barrel. Plenty of grapes out there.
Oh.
Straight to the fielder. Well, he knew a half a meter left or right of him. Could have been through the gap for 4. because that was quite firmly struck.
Yeah, it was. He sort of gave it the full kitchen sink, didn't he? Dan Khalim. He's 3 of 6 deliveries now. Is he feeling the pressure here? Final ball of the 17th.
Oh, that's got to go away. That's over the top. Fielder's going to get there. They're thinking of a third. Went the aerial route.
Well, Jeremy, I don't think he's going to bowl another over. Keith doesn't. That over gone for 8 runs. He might do, but he's got so many options. There's Clyde Rees-Fontein. It's going to be Manack to bowl his final over. And I think that's what the discussion's about there. Who is going to bowl from this end?
Yeah. 8 runs and over at this stage of the game isn't bad. I think that's, if you'd gone for 15, 20, I would say. So you might just stick with that. We'll have to wait and see. It's nicely played. They should come back for a second. From Brissy's swoops.
Yeah, I agree with you on all those bases, but the modern day cricketers, they are so greedy, aren't they? 8 runs in a position that they have the batting side here, they will think, no, can't go for too many.
Bit of airborne there, straight to the fielder. It's exactly what Imran Manack wants. This stage of the game.
I mean, look at those figures: 3.2 overs, 1 for 16. Pulled a wicket maiden first up.
Now, if he's going to go airborne on the offside, that's the struck with the wind. You're hitting right into the teeth of it. Oh, has he cleaned him up? Yeah. Good night, goodbye, God bless. Another wicket down. 6 down now for 105.
Yet again, it seems to prove he is difficult to hit square of the wicket, this fella. He bowls it full and straight. He bowls it from about 8-9 feet. And if you miss, he's going to hit the timber. There you go. The dance of joy from Manack.
He's been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Here we go. Experience. Roloff van der Merwe. Sure, he didn't want to come in this position. He wanted that score line to look better. So there's not much overs also left for batsmen to play the eye in.
He is a wholehearted cricketer, this fella. And when he gets on that cricket field with either ball in hand or bat in hand, he's going to give 120%. Strike rate of 130. That's what we're looking at. 40 years of age now. Still looks fit as a fiddle.
Yeah, I call him the bulldog. He always had that bulldog attitude. Roloff van der Merwe, and he's given his heart to cricket for many, many years. It's good that Shamsi is still playing and helping out the Titans, and because amongst the juniors playing, you need that experienced head. Now, they're going to be a handful with the ball, I'm telling you that, both him and Shamsi.
Well, they're 2 big performances for the Titans.
Yeah.
Shamsi already got a performance of 1 for 19 in one of the games this year, and then Van der Merwe as well, 2 for 12 of their allotment of overs. So if they're on top, that's 8 overs where you really got to knuckle down and think about your game.
That's why I'm saying, if they had got anywhere near to 140, it would have been a challenging total to chase, with those two giving you 8 overs. That's the point. So it was just silly from some of these batsmen, crazy how they got out. But Manack has been brilliant. 2 for 18 of his 4. Magnificent stuff.
Absolutely magnificent. He has really set the tone well there. Got a wicket early doors. There are the bowling figures, and they're all very, very good. Clinton Stearman, 1 for 10 of his 3. Dudgeon, 0 for 18 of his 3. 2 for 18, Manack. 1 for 32, Mahima. All doing a job. 1 for 24 for Riskans, and Leon Botha 1 over. 3 runs conceded and getting a wicket with his very first ball. And it looks like it will be Keith Dudgeon to continue.
Well, there's 12 balls remaining in this innings. All depends where they will end.
Well, I was just about to say, that line, you do not bowl to Roelof van der Merwe. He will swing everything he's got. Must be a little bit more straighter for him. They want to try and let him hit it from outside his eye line.
That's a good shot. That's 1 bounce 4. That's a very, very good shot from Dayan Khalim.
Yeah, and once you sort of give him license and sort of telegraph where you're going to go, he can just set himself. He knows he's going to be out there. He's nearly swung himself with his feet, but got all of it for 1 bounce.
Yeah, he went the first ball wide, and Khalim gave a look, and then he went the second ball same and just got pummeled for 4. This is in the air, and it's maximum. Well, this is a good passage of play now for the Titans, and that's gone all the way.
Well, that's 10 already off this over. Score moves to Nelson, and Dayan Khalim is trying to give the Titans some momentum to take into their bowling innings here.
Well, it's a penultimate over. So he's going to give it everything. He's in. He's settled. This is high up in the air. Who wants it? Two more to the total.
Well, that ball didn't even make it outside the 30-yard circle there. And they come for 2. That ball went miles up in the air. 12 off the over. 2 balls still to come off this penultimate over of this innings.
Productive, hasn't it been for the men from that side of the Yikske? This is gone. This is high up in the air as well. And they come back for 2. 14 now.
Well, if that guy over there from British can't get to it, many would struggle to get there. He is very, very quick. And again, the ball was just hanging in the air. Final ball of the 19th coming. Very, very productive over this one for the Titans.
Now 14 off it already, with the delivery remaining. 121 now. Gone. There we go. Easy as that. That gone over his head, it would have been 4 more. But the wicket tumbles. Khalem, ever dangerous, gone for 21 or 14.
Well, maybe if anybody else, Paarl was there. He is the tallest man out there. And he moves swiftly, a little bit backwards, but he caught that above his head. And that little bit of a cameo comes to an end from Khalim. Again, sticking to his guns here. Dudgeon bowling it wide outside, a little bit slower. Khalim going after it again. And that's a good catch by the big fella.
Junior Dala now joins Roelof van der Merwe. They say, Dala, what you must.
Well, now they must Dala.
High score of 27. 35 years of age. Still looks fit.
And if he gets it right with ball in hand, he could also cause some trouble. But first, a job at hand here.
Yeah, and let there be light, and there was light. Thanks, Foxy.
Well, here we go. Stearman to bowl the final over. You wildlife always help each other out. Rhino and the fox.
Clinton Stearman, 3 overs, 1 for 10. Chance of catch it. The only signs it went for maximum. Van der Merwe's not giving up the fight. Boland are just losing the way a little bit, yeah.
Let me tell you, the Bulldog, as he's known, Roelof van der Merwe, he's thinking, I'm going to just swing hard here. But that was a very good club down the ground. And the way the field is set, they got fine leg, deep square, deep mid-wicket, and long on. Those are the men out on the onside. Stearman bowled a full ball, but Midhoff was in the ring as well. So I'm not sure what the plan was there.
That's in the air. This time the plan should work. Another one bites the dust. Stearman strikes. Is that Roelofsen?
Yeah.
He looks around. He got there. Caught. Van der Merwe gone now. 8 wicket down.
And that's what I said. You can't give him room to try and free those arms up. That time Clinton Stearman got it right, cramped him for room, and just followed him. But he just managed to hit that to Leon Botha at mid-off. Look at that. Very straight. Can't free his arms up. Good running catch. Running in off the ring.
Janko Smit now in at number 10.
Yeah, man making his debut in the shorter format of the game.
127 for 8. The scoreboard here on television just got it wrong. Got to end that 8th wicket. Oh, and that was perilously close of dislodging the leg stump.
Oh, or just nipping the bail off it. And that's a valuable dot. 3 balls to come. What can they muster up here? The 135 looks back on target here if they can get another boundary somewhere.
Where though? 2 balls left now.
Yeah.
It's been a collective, brilliant effort from Boland.
No, it has been. But I think also the Titans has added to their own sort of struggles here during this innings.
Tall lad.
Down the leg side it goes. Yeah, he's very tall. It's not often I look up to people.
Are you about the same height?
No, he's taller.
Easy.
He's taller.
By a head.
Yeah. And
It's in your head.
Jansen was also out there. Look, my neck hurt looking up that high.
Your next, well, I'm just looking straight ahead. I'll look into the chest. Swinging and a miss, and that brings this innings to a close at 128 for 8.
Well, after winning the toss and deciding to have a bat first, that's a total I know the Titans would not have expected for themselves. But as I said, I think some of the downfall they've brought amongst themselves. But we also got to give kudos to Clive Leeds-Fontaine and his troops. They bowled and fielded exceptionally well out there.
No, it was definitely a brilliant effort from this Boland outfit. Only 5 extras in that. They've been magnificent. Well, 39 from Joshua Jordan and the 22 from Keegan Leon Cachet. They tried to resurrect something. Kalim came with a lustful 21 down the order, and Marie to try and give this inning some impetus, but it just never got going. The problem is they kept on losing wickets. And is this enough? Only time will tell. Boland will know they'll have to bat well, and an opening partnership here. And the power play is going to mean a lot to them to try and get this innings off to a good start.
While everybody catching in the wickets column there. And there is that first innings done and dusted from Momentum Multiplied Titans. 128 for 8 off their 20 overs. We're going to head to an innings change here. Join us again in about 15 minutes or so, where we'll see the second innings. And that innings of Goldrush Boland to see if they can get up to 129 for victory.
Lights,
The stage is set.
camera,
The shortest format, the biggest role.
action.
Lovely shot. Oh, bullseye. It's taken.
Izano bukela amanina idlala iqakamba. And remember, entry is free.
The Hollywood Bets Pro Series from 4 October to 15 March.
Remember those blissful long summer days? Bright smoke drifting across the stands. The hiss on the grass banks. And the thrill of getting your hero's autograph? Remember when we came together for more than just cricket? For the rivalries, the banter, and for those moments that brought us all to our feet.
Sensational catch. Right out of the stadium. What a shot that is.
Remember that feeling? It's back. Every team, every format, from the fire of the T20 Challenge to the battles of the One Day Cup. The intrigue of the 4-day series and the brilliance of the Hollywood Bets Pro Series.
Boulder.
This season, it's time to make new memories. Book your ticket to the best of South African domestic action. Head to cricket.co.za for all the details. With
Well, welcome back here to Boland Park. And that is the story of the first innings from Momentum Multiplied Titans. 128 for 8 off their 20 overs. And Joshua Jordan, 39. He looked very polished. The youngster, boy that grew up, went to school at Paarl. Keegan Leon Cachet, 22. He looked nice as well. And then he gave his wicket away. And Dan Khalim playing a little bit of a cameo in the back end of the innings there with 21. And these were some of the highlights that we saw. That was Stoke going first ball with me, Johan Ferreira. Titans never got going from the outset.
Yeah, sustained period of pressure from Boland, and Imran Manack was fantastic up front. This is the wicket of Andile Pethokwayo, straight to the fielder on the fence, and 11 for 2. Then a bit of a rebuilding phase, but Imran Manack was making it extremely difficult. Dudgeon beating his man outside off stump. The new ball was talking, just some serious pressure applied by the seamers and the spinners. Then a bit of a period where they had their first boundary. That came in the 9th over. It took a very long time for them to get going. Back-to-back boundaries in the 9th over. And suddenly, Joshua Jordan and Leon Cachet said, right, we're going to start the fight back for the Titans. They had their moments as well. As you do in cricket, you make your own luck. So there was opportunities throughout for Boland. Adams, he went slightly short of a length compared to the opening pair. He was punished, taken all the way to the fence for the first maximum, and then the straight one, full and straight from Siyabonga Mahima at the dance moves to go along with it. Joshua Jordan was leading the charge for the Titans. This was another boundary, Dudgeon just failing to cut that off. That moved him on to 38, and then on 39, Makanya was with him, Sips Makanya. This was another boundary for him. And you just felt this is such a crucial part of the game for the Titans. Can they get themselves to sort of 130, 140? There was another opportunity, grasp, and that one went for 4. That was Dudgeon. Farisco Adams then finally went full and straight, knocked away off stump. That was a big wicket. Jordan gone. Makanya ended on his back, straight to the fielder. 83 was the score, 85 for 5. Leon Buerta thought he had his man. Keeper and bowler went up. Imran Manack was fantastic throughout. Maria went the aerial route, helped himself to 6. Former product of Grade College. Dudgeon missed his mark. Started well, but then his second spell not really making it difficult. But Manack said, no worries, I'll pull out the dance moves as well. He picked up a wicket. Rudolf van der Merwe came in, and Diane Khalim, the pair of them said, right, it's time to hit overdrive. That time of the innings where happy hour is announced, and it was happy for Diane Khalim. And we said that 140 was on the cards for a slight period, and then we adjusted that to 130. I think, Eugene, 128 for 8. Don't write this off. They have serious bowlers in this lineup, international bowlers, spinners, world-class spinners. 128 is on the board. It's all about the start. If they can make early inroads, they can apply the pressure, it's going to be a key period.
Well, that's in the air, driven, but that's going to bring about a boundary of the very first ball of the Boland innings. And if they are going to make inroads, they need to really capitalize and make inroads in this Boland side. But Gavin Kaplan, he is in some form as well with bat in hand.
Yeah, you look at this, it's a complete unit. So they've played 3 matches, they're unbeaten. Before the start, I mean, Imran, Manack, Daji and Steerman, all part of the top 10 from a wickets perspective.
Oh.
Press the repeat button.
Well, that went through Petlakoya before he even got his hands up. Maybe a chance, maybe a half a chance. But back-to-back boundaries for Boland. Back-to-back boundaries for this fella, Gavin Kaplan.
Yes, came into this innings 10th on the standings, most runs in the competition, highest score of 36 in this campaign. But back-to-back boundaries, we just spoke leading up to this innings, it's all about the start. You don't want to give Boland a fast start. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happened.
Well, now he's got to go. Third ball, trying to go after it again. Aerial, and this time the man just forward of point catches that, and that's the end of that little cameo from Gavin Kaplan. He's gone for 8.
Well, you've just helped yourself to back-to-back boundaries. It's the first over of the reply. You're chasing 129, and Kaplan wanted to see if he could make it 3 in a row, and unfortunately, from a Boland perspective, he's walking back. It's an early strike. It's a big moment. Kaplan's gone.
And sometimes you just need to reel yourself in. The first 2 was aerial. This one was also aerial and finds the fielder. You can see how he's leaning back there. And that went straight to the fielder. First wicket gone, and that brings the captain out there in the middle.
Big moments. Clyde Reeves-Fontein, 83 runs this campaign, a score of 49. There is his pedigree. Average is 20.15, but that strike rate column 121.42. It's all about just negotiating the loss of an early wicket. The score is not going to threaten them if they have the wickets in hand. There's still Rolof van der Merwe, Tybra Shamsi to come. They'll know the threat in that spin department, so maybe the thought process, use this first 6 overs, this power play period, try and get ahead of the game, and then work out the threat that is to come.
I understand that, but you can sort of assess. The first ball was driven aerial, found the gap, went for 4. Second ball went through Petlakoya at sort of a shortish cover. That was also aerial. That went for 4. So you got 8 off the first 2. You can reel yourself in, and we spoke about it during that first innings. Just got to find yourself and say, listen, okay, I'm allowed to let a ball go. I'm allowed to have a look.
Diane Khalim made a contribution with the bat that got them into this position, 128, and now picking up a wicket with his 3rd delivery. 8 for 1 it is. Grant Rulofsson and Clyde Reeves-Fontein at the crease. You know, I agree with you. It's just being aware of what you've done. You've helped yourself to 8. It's fine. It's enough. It's okay. Tick it off. Get yourself in. Settle. Get the pace of the pitch. Regroup. Go over to number 2. You've done the work in over number 1. You don't need to bat at 8 to the over. That's a bonus. The additional runs is the bonus. But that's the beauty of the game.
Well, it's just the beauty of modern day cricketers. That's what I think. They just go at it hard. Well, that's played in the air, down to third man. That's the 3rd boundary in this over. That's the first for Clyde Reeves-Fontein. 12 off the first.
That's such a lovely shot from Clyde Reeves-Fontein. Just how he transfers the weight, he opens the face of the blade, he's aware of where the field is, the opportunity is there, and he guides it into the space.
The thing he said there was aware of the space, utilising the pace that Diane Khalim is offering, and just simply with the full blade of the bat, just guiding it over the man that's in the ring at third man, because you know there's nobody beyond him. Now then, man making his debut in the sort of format of the game, Janke Smit comes into the attack, and he's a very, very tall man. Heard a lot of things about him. Man that loves to run in and trying to hit the surface. How is he going to go in this format of the game?
What a moment. Here you are playing the tabletop as unbeaten team. You're away from home, but you've got the shirt on that you've worked so hard for. Janku Smit, what is going to happen? What is his debut with the ball going to be like? First ball, here we go.
Well, you see, that is the new law. That is the new wide law. So where he stood as the ball was delivered, that is where umpires are looking and are judging whether it is a wide down the leg side. That time it's deemed no. If he was still standing where it was, it might have crashed into your pads. It was so evident of that law. Do you like it?
Yeah, I think so. You look at me differently. You bowled. You
tried to,
and you did a great job. So from your perspective,
I don't know. It's 50-50 with me at the minute. I can understand why it's been brought on. I can stand why it also has been brought in. I just feel that it's just going to bring about too many. It's nicely played down to third man again. Ground to be made. No, ground won't be made. That's the fourth boundary already here, Mr. Ferreira. They're flying at the minute, Boland. It's neatly played by Rulofson as he opens his account. Yeah, particularly I don't like it. I'm going to be honest about it. I'm not a big fan of it. And yes, I did bowl. But that is what it is. And I think they want to try and give bowlers something to play with a little bit. Batters, it's a batter's game. The boundaries have even come a little bit in. The bats are bigger. It's always a batter's game. So I can understand why they've brought in. That's why I say I'm 50-50 on it. Hence what I've just said. There's too many, which way they're going to go. And now you can see batters are like, okay, so where do we draw the line then? Where do umpires draw the line? That's why for me, yeah, maybe more a case of not really liking it.
oh, that is up and over and big from Rudolfsson.
Well, he's saying to himself, well, if you're not going to call the ball down the leg side, well, I'm just going to swing my bat at it very, very hard, and he got a lot of the ball. And that flew a long, long way, maybe with the help of the breeze as well. Well, they started with 4 boundaries and a maximum.
Yes, if you just to go back to your point, I'm totally with you, and I think there should be, for me, the previous one. It's a good illustration of what we were talking about before the 6. Moves nicely inside the line, Rulofsson, and then tucks it away on the leg side for a single. Fast start for Boland. Yes, they've lost the wicket, but Rulofsson off to a good start. He's on 11. Clive Reeves-Fontaine on 4. Brings to a close. 2 overs, 23 for 1. First look at Janku Smit in this format. Cost 11.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of, players got to have to adapt to the law of the games as well, and umpires. I know the umpires, the panel we have is absolutely magnificent. They're a great panel. They do a lot of hard work on it, and all the players are asking for ever is that consistency. That's what it is. So we'll see how it goes. It's just been brought in as a trial into this T20 series, so we'll see how that goes. As Dan Khalim's going to bowl the second over. 23 for 1. What a start for the home side.
Oh, that's just flash outside off stump. And not to hammer too much on the point, but I do want to close off error versus tactic, because an error should be punished. If it's a tactic because you're playing to a better strength, then that maybe is a different discussion. As long as the error is not rewarded.
No, 100%. And there we saw now where I do agree with the rule. So that was batter moved across to offside. The wide sort of guideline moves as well with that, and that ball went beyond that. No wide. I'll hold my hand up and say that was brilliant. That we can all understand. So in 2 overs. We saw how the law helps and doesn't help the batting side as well. So, I mean, it's going to take a lot of use to. And like I said, the ICC are going to try and bring it in. They will be bringing in. Cricket South Africa decided they're trialing it here, and let's see where it is. The game is forever evolving, and we as commentators also have to go with it and try and make sense of it all to everybody watching.
Well, there's a protection on the fence, so only a single. Rulofsson moves on to 12. 24 for 1 in the third over.
Yeah, with only 2 singles. There's only 2 singles in that 24. That's how good a start Clive Reeves-Fontaine and these men have had here.
And I like what you've just said about the evolution of modern day sport. Cricket is what we are broadcasting and looking at. Oh, that's a lovely shot. That's a lovely shot. Pierces the inner ring, goes for 4. It's another boundary.
Let me tell you, there is so much to admire about this shot from Clive Reeves-Fontaine. Yes, he gave himself room, but look at his hands going through this delivery. There's the room. There's the hands. Didn't overhit it. Beautifully placed all along the deck for 4.
Well, I like it. It's the early move towards the leg side, but then the stability before the contact.
And they want to capitalize on the start, especially in this power play. And there you see, he wanted to go the other way, didn't get the ball, and that's what I like about batters. Yet, your first option didn't come off. Right, what's my second option? Just drop it in. Gets the scoreboard constantly moving. No dot balls.
Yeah, and also just the walk down the crease, which you won't see on your screen, but walking down to Grant Rulofsson, just having a little word as the leader in the team. I like that as well. Just constant communication. Oh, big, massive from Rulofsson. Massive, it's over the... Oh, that's a huge one from Grant Rulofsson.
Well, he had a go a few balls earlier, and he just managed to pull that straight to deep square, and this time he got under it. Better position, strong base, and pulled this, and the sound this makes off the bat. Boom! That has gone a long, long way, and that's into whatever breeze that's here at Boland Park, and the start just keeps on going. What is Rulofsson going to do here? He's staying with his tall, fast bowler. 35 for 1 after 3 overs. What a start.
Yeah, and we've had blustery conditions in Paarl throughout. It has died down slightly, but there is still a wind out there. And that was, like you said, Eugene, against that wind that is still there. But that's a massive hit. Let me just tell you, watching it, you probably won't get to appreciate the conditions as much. But there was a massive hit from him. He'll be quick. They'll be very quick between the stumps. Nice scoring as well from Clyde Reeves-Fontaine. Spoke about the power play, the importance of a good start. Yes, the Titans struck early, but the scoreboard already, it's a position of strength for Boland. They've put themselves at 36 for 1, going along very nicely.
They know the likes of Roelof van der Merwe still got to come in. They know the likes of Samsey still there, so they want to get ahead of the rate. That they are.
Oh, that's a great shot as well from Clyde Reeves-Fontaine. It's got too much, and it will race away for another boundary. They're dealing in boundaries, Boland.
Captain has decided to take it from the front again. Oh, you've got to admire the hands of this fella through the line of the ball. His foot might not have been anywhere near it. Look at that. But his hands get through the ball all along the deck. Was half stopped, but still had enough venom to go for another boundary.
And it's the pressure on the new man. Aerial over the top, probably will be reeled in, won't have enough legs, but they can't prevent another 2. That's that full extension that you were talking about. And it's lovely to watch a batter in full cry.
Yeah, the important thing is, look at that, his hands through the ball, his head was still, his foot was nowhere near it, but he got into such a good position where he can still execute the shot to a plumb there. Excellent stuff from the captain. Well, Janko Smit under the pump here, 8 of 3.
Oh, that is textbook. If you want to copy the off drive, just take that screenshot and teach it.
Well, I'm not sure where Janko Smith's going to go here, but that was a half volley if ever there was one. But as you rightly said, how well did he execute this? Boom, straight down the ground, full face of the bat. Captain has come in. Oh, that is glorious. That is absolutely glorious. However, Janko Smith, you cannot, as a fast bowler, be bowling that length.
Changes, and Lightreach Fontaine was almost on the back foot, anticipating the shorty, which he got. Probably wanted more than the single, but you'll just see the movement early. He knew it was coming, reading the bowler's mind, and that's the value of a keeper as well. Keeper, captain, you've got so many hats on, and you are batting, and you know what potentially coming. I've just driven the fast bowler for 4. What's coming next?
You called it right there, and you know once a fast bowler bowled your half volley, the next ball is not necessarily going to be anywhere near your feet. Final ball of the 4th over. Oh my goodness, that's high in the air. Fielder trying to get there. No, he's not. It's gone all the way for a maximum, and it's absolute carnage here at Boland Park.
What a way to bring up the 50 in 4 overs. This partnership has raced along. Remember, Boland lost their first wicket in the first over. This is big from Rudolfsson. Again, the early step towards off stump. How's the dive? Look at the commitment. Yes, it's a 6, but that's the Superman out there as well.
Sometimes you just know it's gone for 6. Save your legs, save your dive. Well, captain has decided I need to take matters into my own hands here. Rudolf van der Merwe into the attack. Still inside the power play. 50 has been brought up, as Mr. Verreda said. Look at those numbers. 340 T20 wickets and an average of 23. Economy rate of 7.2. He needs to go a lot less than that if Titans have a chance here.
What an expensive opening salvo from Smith, and it's put Boland on the front foot. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. Is this the time that Rudolf van der Merwe takes this game and says, wait a minute, we're going to pull this back? 75 is what Boland needs. 54 for 1 after 4 overs. Big moment. Starts with a gift.
Well, don't know which gift you're talking about, the full toss or the misfield. However, 1 run added. As we said, the 2 men that's out is deep mid-wicket and long off.
Van der Merwe bowling inside the power play. We're in the 5th over, 55 for 1. What a start from Boland. Rudolfsson 24 from 11, Fontaine 23 from 11, dealing in boundaries.
Well, Jeremy will be joining us soon. I hope he can continue it. I'll be watching. Need a break after this. Gives him a little bit of room there. And they just want to keep going, don't they?
What a character Rudolf van der Merwe is. It's just fantastic to watch him. He's done so much for cricket. Just love his character, love his demeanor.
You can see the guile of the man. Bowls to his feet. Now then, Rudolfsson, are you looking to sweep it square? Are you still looking to hit in front of square? Well, he decides no, he's going to give himself room, and this is going to go over point for yet another boundary. And that partnership now goes to 50 between these two. They're not just happy with dots, they want to keep that scoreboard moving. This has been exceptional from these two men from Goldrush Boland. They just need 70 more runs.
It's just changed the complexion of this game so quickly. 59 for 1. Still in the 5th over. Another over after this inside the power play. Oh, he's got him! Rudolf van der Merwe has just taken Rudolfsson out. It's his first over. Rudolfsson was not going to back off, but van der Merwe strikes.
You can't keep him out of the game. Roelof van der Merwe went full. And Roelofsen decided wanted to hit that ball straight down. I think that went a little bit square than what he wanted. I think he wanted to go a little bit to the left of that fella, but he hit it straight to him. Janko Smit took a good low catch. And that's the second wicket gone. Roelofsen gone for 28 or 14 deliveries.
Yeah, also credit to Van der Merwe. He saw the move early and he tailored it into leg stump. And Roelofsen still went for the shot, found Smit, who despite having had not the best of times as the introduction to his bowling career, 2 overs for 30, took a valuable catch. Van der Merwe with his trademark celebration, the 2 hands, the fist pumps. Here comes a man that they would love to get rid of very early, the leading run scorer in this competition this season. And that's Leon Botha. Look at that average, 49.66.
Well, this is almost like a different game for Leon Botha, because the platform has been set well and truly. The table has been well and truly set out for him. And he can just knock this ball around, because they are so far ahead at the minute. Goldrush, Boland, 1 ball to go, and then I'll leave you to take matters up with the Rhino. Slowing the game down as well.
Yeah, good fielding for the Merwe. Quick to put the slip in place as well. It's a productive over for the Titans. No surprise that Van der Merwe has introduced himself in that wickets column pretty early. 59 for 2, still a position of strength for Boland. That after 5 overs, they need another 70 to win from 15. Run rate won't be a problem. It's all about that wickets column. The Titans would love another breakthrough. Any one of these two or both would put them firmly back into the contest. Jeremy Fredericks joins me in commentary. What a start we have had, Jeremy.
Well, it's been an excellent start, hasn't it? They've just gone and they've kept the momentum going now. It's just a matter of Roelof van der Merwe into the attack. You cannot keep him out of the game, and immediately struck by getting rid of Roelofsen, who looked very, very ominous with Clive Fortuin. Now it's Junior Dala into the attack, the 35-year-old. Lots of experience, 70 now required. There's no need after this power play for them to be anything but foolish, because they can work it around. They've done the bulk of the hard work by now. So you'd expect a solid performance. Clyde Fontaine has got to be there, but he'll probably look still to see what they still can get now. That's missing leg. My proverbial Miley took all the pace off of Junior Dala. He's experienced.
Yeah, absolutely. 90 balls, now 89 balls to get the 70. That's not a problem at all. So vital spell this. You need, again, it's partnerships. Van der Merwe has picked up a wicket. Junior Dala needs to follow through from his end, having replaced Smith, who was very expensive in his spell. 2 overs for 30.
Bold. There we go. In the hole. It's under block hole. It's a good delivery. He just tapped it, took the single. That's where you got to do so well now. You got to actually respect when a bowler's bowling you a good length. You can still work it for 1s or 2. Run a ball, 6 and over. You're going to get the odd one that's a boundary. These guys can't bowl all day long. They've got Van der Merwe, who was excellent in his first. You know what you're going to get from Dala, so they've got to be watchful whilst being attacking as well. And Leon Botha, he's been in scintillating form as well, with a bat and with a ball for Boland. Oh dear, oh dear! Oh! Whoa, well, can you believe this? It's not his night at all, Janko Smit. That was an absolute dolly spilt.
2 overs for 30, took the catch of the Van der Merwe over. This one straight into the hands and straight out. That's a massive moment. You've just taken a wicket in the previous over. That could have been 2 and 2. Janko Smit is going to think all about that now. Oh, it's a great game this, but it's a cruel game, Jeremy.
Yeah, cricket can be cruel at times. Oh, it's a swing and a miss. What on earth are these guys doing?
There's no need for it, really. Yes, we're in the power play, but you've done the work. 61 for 2. Consolidate. You don't want to lose another wicket. Drop catch previous ball. Now you go onto the wick, onto the leg side. No need to play it.
They lose another wicket now, I tell you what. The scales could just firmly tilt. Boland has got a long tail. Be honest about that. So these two guys have still got to do the bulk of the work here. Oh, that's well hit. Well, that was in the arc. And that went a mile. Yeah, you wait for the right ball, you're going to get bad balls. So just wait for the right ball and dispatch it. That was well hit from Clyde Fontaine.
And that's the cruelty we talk about. You could have had a wicket. You run up. It's pitched up. It's just swung through the line. It's a beautiful shot. Well executed. Travelling miles on that. Fontaine onto 30.
Well, he waited for that. He wasn't fidgeting and moving all over the show. He was nice and still. And it came right at the right time. And he dispatched it for maximum.
Yeah, good calling from Boeta, calling his partner through. Saw the opportunity. I'm looking at short fine, and it is the introduction of Tyra Shamsi. He was going through his stretches. The jersey is off. The cap is in the hands of Marie Erasmus. So Rulo van der Merwe has bowled 1 over. 1 over, 1 for 5. Here comes Shamsi.
Yeah, and he can be dangerous, especially on this wicket. He'd know this place very well. Been very successful for the Paarl Rocks when won the Mzansi League here 2017. Look at that. He's got 349 wickets. Look at that economy rate of 7.343. For a spinner to have an economy rate of under 8, that's phenomenal. And he's now playing, you'll know it because he plays T20 all over the world. West Indies, in India, all over, Bangladesh. He's quite a journeyman these days.
Yeah, it's amazing how T20 cricket has evolved across the world, and it's given so many opportunities for players to travel abroad and be involved in so many leagues. In the meantime, the break-in players for Clyde Reeves Fontaine, so they hit that previous delivery. I think he probably hit that into his ankle. He's getting some medical attention.
Yeah, and an opportunity for them to make plenty of dollars. And once it's done, you don't have to work again. If you invest your money wisely.
Yeah, interesting to see the media today with RCB and the potential value of that franchise.
Well, you better tell us.
We're talking about $2 billion.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. My goodness. You can give me just $2 million. That's fine. Dollars, though, not rand. I'll be good for life then.
I was talking this morning, a trophy in the hands. It's a sea view property. That's what it becomes, trophy in the hands.
Yeah.
Big value there. If you missed it earlier, just maybe an opportunity to tell you that South Africa won that second one-day international in Faisalabad against Pakistan by 8 wickets. Chasing 270, 123 not out to Quinton de Kock, 76 for Tony de Zorzi, 46 Luandre Pretorius, and Matthew Breedska unbeaten on 17. Good win for South Africa.
Yeah, it was excellent. Excellent win. They came back after being 1-0 down. Series all squared, 1-1. Now it's all to play for. I think on Saturday is the third ODI. In Faisalabad, there's 2 more. Yeah, that's all you got to do. Milk him. Get 1-2 per ball, you're fine.
Jeremy, a feast of cricket. It's so much happening across the globe. Ashes starting soon.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see as well. There's been a couple of injuries. They reckon that Pat Cummins would be ready, captain for the second test. I think there is a good contest, Australia, England. 5 tests in those Ash series. That's cut away. Be a single. South Africa goes to India.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
2 tests.
2 tests, 3 ODIs and 5 T20s.
Now, India winning the T20 against Australia earlier. Match number 4 or 5.
Yeah, and the World Cup is also then in India in February next year, I think. It's the Cricket World Cup. T20, 2027. We host the 50 over World Cup in South Africa. Oh, you could be well sent back.
Yeah, absolutely. Clyde Reeves-Fontaine did the right thing. They never a single.
Well, we've got a good year also next year. I think we have home tours, Bangladesh, test matches and one days and T20s, Australia, and then England at the end of the year next year. So big year for South African cricket as well. Well, that's pulled away. It's going to fall short. That was a good effort. Now that one has pulled against the boundary, and it's gone for 4.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. What an effort. That would have been some catch if he pulled that off. Shot was on. Look at this. Always difficult to dive forward.
Oh, it was a brilliant effort. Well, that's cricket for you, eh? When things don't go, they don't.
Reverse sweep can't beat the man in the inner ring. Shamsi conceding 7 so far. 1 delivery remaining, 75 for 2.
Oh, they shouldn't be too unhappy. That's what they got if they get another single. As I said, they got the boundary, they got the runs. It's 7 runs and over. No need to play irresponsible rash shots. There we go.
Much better from Leon Botha.
Simple as you like. Down the ground for 1, bang, back in the over. Right, next. That's the way to play it. You've got a massive start in the power play. They're in prime position, Boland. And these were the shots that we saw in the power play.
Now, Kaplan started us off with back-to-back boundaries. Diane Khalim opened proceedings. This was the 3rd delivery of over number 1. Tried to repeat the shot straight to the fielder, and that was 8 for 1 in the first over. Grant Rulofsson and Clyde Reeves-Fontaine, they carried on. This was a lovely shot from Reeves-Fontaine to open his account, just guided into the vacant territory. Rulofsson said, I'm going to join the party. Smith, difficult introduction to his T20 career. He was going to travel for the maximum. That was some shot. Traveled the distance. That was Rulofsson. Arms extended from the umpire. Diane Khalim, no difference in the approach. Lovely shot from Fontaine. So productive power play. It's Dala who starts his second over, tapped into the gap. Easy single on offer. Feast of boundaries in that power play. 52 to go.
And they can do it with ease if they play proper cricket now from here on in. Just wait for the bad ball. Don't look to force situations. I know there's the bonus point in offing if you win it within 16 or what you got to get. Is it 80%? Within 16 overs. Or get the target. They'll pick up 5 points, but 4 points will be good enough for them for the victory here. That's all they got to concentrate on, Boland, and that will put them firmly, and they are firmly on the top of the table. But to win your home games, and if they win the next one here, they'd be right on top. And I can't see any teams then getting, past them unless teams play out of their skins and win by bonus points. What we've got here. I know they're into their 4th game, Boland. This is the 3rd game for the Titans. But lots still to happen in this competition.
Yeah, you alluded to it earlier. For Boland, a slight break before they host the Dolphins here in Paarl. For the Titans, another away game against Western Province in Cape Town. That's waiting for them on the 9th of November.
Was that the Titans?
Against Western Province?
Western Province, yeah. Well, Western Province got pummeled here the other day at Boland Park on Tuesday. It was a good victory for Boland against their arch rivals down the road.
It was another impressive display. 173 for 5, bowled out Province in 16 overs for 108. Really looking like the real deal again this season, and it's just encouraging signs for the coaching staff and for the youngsters that are coming through the system.
Yeah, and they won in a low-scoring game at the Wanderers. That was surprising for me.
Yeah, defending 138.
38, yeah, they won by 8 runs. But that's just a mark then, if a team is growing when it's in the gap, when you get the single. You've got to win the tight ones.
Yeah, and that they did with their first 2 games, beating Northwest by 9 runs, then Lions 8 runs, and then the big one against Western Province, and they're on course for a big one again tonight. Just wonder if Clyde Rees-Fontaine is feeling the effects of the ball that he hit into, I think it's into his ankle. Not moving too freely, getting the singles, but not too eager on pushing for the 2s, which isn't needed at this stage. It's short from Dola, beats the keeper, goes for 4.
Yeah, it's 4 of the bat though. Just as the beating of the keeper. And that's 4 more runs to Elian Botha. And Boland are trottering on nicely. 84 for 2 after 8.
We saw it in the previous Shamsi over. There was half a chance, went for 4. Last ball of the over goes for 4. 2 8s in succession. And suddenly it's only 45 to go. Leon Botha on 12, Clyde Rees-Fontaine 36. Were you surprised to see Roelof van der Merwe whip himself out of the attack, having just picked up a wicket?
Yeah, I am. Because, I mean, if there's one man that can put a lot of pressure on you, I was surprised, and I thought, okay, bringing Shamsi, maybe he was going to change ends and come from the Nederburg end, seeing from the Nederburg end, because the Shamsi bowling from the Drakensberg end, he took himself off just the 1 over. I would have liked him to see bowl more, Roelof van der Merwe. But both him and Shamsi, they're wily characters. Oh. I was looking for the big one there. He was looking to go on the N1 to the tunnel.
There's 3 fielders on the leg side on the boundary. Long on and then backward of square, mid-wicket.
That's down the ground. Yeah, that's 1 bounce over the fence. No, it's gone all the way. It's a good hit from Botha. Tossed up. And Botha obliged.
Oh, that's a great shot from Leon Botha. Again, that slight move towards legs, or just outside leg stump. Hit it straight and hit it true.
It's good cricket.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just that follow-up delivery, but also the appreciation to respect the good delivery. It's already another 7 off the over, 8-7, halfway through the over.
Now only 32 wanted. Boland cruising on a canter.
The dab and run, good running by Clyde Rees-Fontaine. You can just see them wobble towards the end, so they're definitely feeling the effects. Not at 100%, but well done to call his partner through for a single. And that's another 8 with the ball to go.
33 is this partnership. It's been magnificent. Short to drag down a little bit. They'll get the single. That's fine. They end the over well. What's it? 9 off it.
93 for 2. Clyde Rees-Fontaine 38, Leon Botha 19. That target 129. Again, just the value of a productive power play. They made full use of that.
And not losing wickets, too many wickets. They offered up 1 or 2 in that power play, or 1 I think it was. And that was good. Now Roelof van der Merwe. Is it a little too late?
Yeah, I wanted to go exactly with the same route you were looking at. 34. For me, I still feel, and it's easy to criticize, but I just feel, having just picked up the wicket, he's such a star performer. I would have, maybe it's a preferred end for Shamsi, but bowling them in tandem, your weapons, your big arsenal, I would have loved to have seen Rudolph say, right, I'm going to attack from this side, you come on from the other side, and let's see if we can put the squeeze on Boland. But hindsight is an exact science. 36 to go, 8 wickets still for Boland. It's going to be a tall order for the Titans just to be competitive from this point on. 11 overs to go. What can Rudolph van der Merwe do?
Yeah, you need a moment or an over of madness. 2 or 3 wickets to 4. And then you're back in the game. But these two batsmen that are in, they got to say, listen, guys, we got to take it home. That's got to be the mindset.
Yeah, that responsibility. Don't leave it to the next player. You take the responsibility, and that's what Clyde Reeves-Fontaine has done. He's just captained brilliantly throughout the course of the day. The way he set his field, the way he rotated his bowlers, the way he's batting.
And just the way he's batting, he's got those deft touches, and then he does go for it, and he gives it the big. And he picks the correct balls to hit. He's such a talent, Clyde Fontaine. We've seen him since schoolboy level. And know what a talent he is. I think he's now 30. But my goodness me, I'm happy to see that his career is now finally kicked off, because such a lot of talent, such a lot of promise. And every time when he just looked good, he looked out. Now he's much solid, has the responsibility as captain as well. So maybe that added pressure gives him the kick and the thrill. But he's really played well for Boland.
And that's where some players will really they'll thrive under the moment of the pressure. The best will come out of them. Well, yeah, this is where if I was Clyde Reeves-Fontaine, I would just walk down and say, Leon Botha, you know what? We can afford 1 or 2 good overs. We can appreciate a good over from Rudolph van der Merwe. Don't give it away.
There he goes down. Well spotted, Johan Ferreira. That's it. Come on now. Knuckle down, son.
But for me, again, illustration of a quality leader.
That's it. Yeah, don't get lost in the moment. There we go. Easy as you does it. As you said, they're entitled to bowl good overs, bowlers. It's not just a batsman's game, is it?
10 done. Boland cruising at the moment. Time for me to move out, and Eugene Modion will join Jeremy Fredericks for the next 5 overs.
Partnership worth 36. It's been good. Shamsi into his 3rd. Well, the huge just quietly meanders his way here in next to me.
Nothing meanders about the way Boland's playing out there.
Shot again, they'll come back for 2. Oopsie, what's gone? Oh, it's gone. Oh, Janko Smith. Well, feel for him. He's having an absolute mare on debut. It's a night that he will want to forget quickly.
Well, sometimes this does happen to players and things just not going for him, and he put in a last ditch. Did well at the end. But he dropped a catch earlier, got hit to all parts here, and then that little bit of a fielding blip.
Down the ground, there'll be a couple again. They'll turn for 2. The throw comes in. That's just good cricket. 100 up for Boland.
Well, you have to admire, and I think the round of applause will tell you how much a crowd have enjoyed this innings from Goldrush Boland, especially with bat in hand. 2 men really just picking up where the other men have left off.
And that's the sweep coming out. Just the single to deep square leg.
Well, it's only a question of when rather than if. But the result of this game, because Boland are so well and truly on top. No, they say cricket's a funny game, but I don't think it's that funny.
Well, and if they win it in 16 overs, that one's driven again. They'll pick up a bonus point. Oh, that's good running. That's just excellent, excellent running from these two. Clyde Fontaine sore ankle, but he's just given it its all.
Well, Jeremy, for me, that's not even a question. If they're going to win this at before 16, because they're well and truly on the way for that. But the intent, the running, the stroke making has been really pleasing to the eye.
And what's so good, the performance has been a collective, all-round performance with the bat, the ball, and the fielding has been top draw. So Boland has just been, as a whole, the much better team on the night.
But that comes from confidence from what has gone before. 3 games played, 3 wins under the bag. It hasn't been sort of runaway victories. Bar the one against Western Province, we can say, yeah, that one was a runaway victory. But they had to work hard for it, for those 3 victories. And here they're really on their way. Clyde Fontaine, 42 from 28 deliveries. What a captain's knock from him. Coming in at 3. Leon Botha, 25.
Down the ground, straight as a dime. 2 fielders converge on it, and they get 2 more. So this over's gone. 2, 4, 6, 9. Again.
Yeah, without breaking much sweat, is it, Jeremy? And look at where they hit the ball. Down the ground, they've hit the ball square of the wicket, but further in front of square. That is what I like. And yes, they play here. This is their home ground. They know how to play here. That is where we are at the minute. 24 needed.
Yeah. And both these batsmen set. So you don't want to give it away now. You want to be there at the end. That should be the attitude. And they've been clinical in the execution thus far. It's getting 1.
And early on in the first innings, that will dot balls. That's the difference. Just for that one ball, you can see the intent from the batters saying, listen, we got to go for it a little bit here, get the single, keep the scoreboard moving on, put the bowler under pressure, because he's bowled well here, Rula van der Merwe.
Yeah, he has. That was swept for 1 by Botha.
Well, Jeremy, we've got to ask the question already. The Titans haven't started the season well like they normally do. And it could potentially, looks like it, that this will be their 2nd defeat in the T20 format.
Yeah, they're struggling in the 4-day format as well. And it's so unlike. That one's gone. Has it gone all the way? Yes, it has.
Well, they can just play with so much freedom. These 2 batters, and Clive Reeds Fontaine is coming to the party. He moves to 49. That's 6, bringing up the 50 partnership. He's picked us up clean as a whistle.
Yeah, they've played for each other, these boys. They've certainly put in the hard work, pre-season training, now playing some wonderful cricket. That's his 50. Well played, son. What a knock from Clyde Fontaine. Clyde Rees Fontaine, he's really played a captain's knock. He's led by example, he's played by example, and he's been exemplary.
Well, he's been that and more, Mr. Fredericks. He's been that and more. It's shown with his field changing, his bowlers change in that first innings, and here with the bat, he's come in, and from the first ball, he said, listen, this is going to be my mark here. From just 31 deliveries.
That will be it. The side of the bat skewed away. That will run away for 4 more. It's now all too easy for Boland.
Well, all too easy, and that bonus point victory is coming to them very, very quickly here. It's going to be 4 from 4. 2 of them with a bonus point, and when things go your way, they just go your way. You've got to save the legs, because that's another 4.
Oh, down that hill, very few. Well, no one's going to get there. Not even Usain Bolt. Here we go. Easy as you like. Ten wanted now. 119 for 2.
Well, I'm just sitting in awe here of this performance from Boland, coming up against a formidable Titan side, a team that have done so well in domestic cricket, season after season after season. And here Boland beat them in the 4-day competition here. Was on the verge of beating them in the T20 competition.
Yeah, that was the first 4-day match.
Just the manner. We've got to talk about this manner they're going to do this in, Jeremy. The 2 wickets down here. 12 overs.
It's been clinical. What more can you say? Down the ground he goes, and it's maximum. Gone all the way off the bat of Leon Botha, and now full wanted for victory in fine style.
One more blow, one more hit, and then this is all she wrote. Might as well start your car, Jeremy, as this ball goes out the ground for another maximum.
He wants to end it off in style.
Why not? Why not? 39 of 24 deliveries.
Misfield. So it goes straight through the fielder's legs. I'll get a single. 3 wanted now.
Yeah, and you can see now the shoulders are drooping, the heads are down in the field, and you can understand that because this one is gone for the Titans.
That's all but done and dusted.
Oh, he's bowled him.
Yeah, he's done him. That's the class. But a little too late. A well-played 50 from Clyde Fontaine as Boland lose their third.
Well, Samji's smiling. That is his 350th T20 career wickets. What a bowler he is. But let's not forget the man that's making his way off this park here. Was a magnificent delivery. Hitting the top of off, that's what you want. But what an innings by the captain of Goldrush Boland. Quite magnificent 50.
Yeah, it was a good knock. And a good ball from Shamsi as well. In conversation there. Well done. 350 first-class wickets. What a feat.
Well, he's played a lot of T20 cricket, and you can understand that. 350 wickets still needs to be taken. But as you said, Jeremy Fredericks, tad but too late.
Avive Makajima now. In at number 5. 3 required.
Saw him come here against Western Province there the other night and try to get after it as well, and he got caught early doors. I thought batters try and bat for the Red Inca. Not these days, don't they?
It'll be silly not to. Just be there with a little knot out of there. Shamsi 4 overs, 1 for 34.
Yeah, and the batters got after him a little bit. And that 1 wicket he got was an absolute gem. Ball going away from the right-hander, hitting the top of off. This looks like Andile Petlokoya coming into the attack, I should say.
Albeit for 1 over. Well, this wasn't the plan. Is this the over that does it for Boland? Pulled away on the onside, just a single. Porter moves to 41, 2 wanted now.
And they're going to keep their winning momentum going here, Goldrush Boland still. They're going to be 4 from 4 with 2 bonus point victories. Dare we say, probably 1 more win away from a home semi.
Yeah, and this bonus point win will set them well. They got the Dolphins next week, next week Friday at home. And then 1 or 2 more away. Nakajima off the mark. And now 1 more required.
Yeah, scores are tied. Just the 1 run needed. And what will truly be one of the most convincing victories that we've seen thus far here in the CSA T20 Challenge.
They well deserved as well. They were clinical in all departments, as we alluded to earlier. And Boland field now comes in to try and stop that single.
It's got to wait for 1 more ball.
Patience is the virtue.
Well, you got a lot of time to wait for 1 ball to get in there, but I'm sure Leon Botha's not going to hang around too long. That you can be guaranteed about.
There we go. Easy as you like. Driven it down the ground. They'll get the single. They win clinically. It's been a masterclass performance from the Goldrush Boland, winning by 7 wickets over the Momentum Multiply Titans here. And they'll be elated and happy, but it's back to the drawing board for the men from that side of the Yixkay.
Well, they'll take a lot from this game, Goldrush Boland. The fact that they lost the toss and was asked to bat second, something that they haven't done in this competition thus far. But they were so clinical with ball in hand, got the Titans in all sorts of bother early doors. Titans managing to get 128, but that batting performance, the intent they've shown with bat in hand, the shots that they played all around this park here, was a joy to watch. And they're winning this one at an absolute canter.
Well, absolutely. What a joy it was to watch this. And Boland, they will remain at the top of the log, firmly and in total command of what has gone before. Well, as I said, it's handshakes all around, smiles all around for Boland. It'll be a dejected Titans that will go back and fly back to Pretoria tomorrow. But that Clyde Fortuin, outstanding at the top of the order. Grant Littleson and Fortuin, Kaplan getting himself out early. But what a performance this has been. And Boland being clinical in dispatching of this and winning this clinically. Well, we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast with us. We enjoyed bringing it to you. Boland back 5 points tonight from Boland Park. It's good night to the next time.
stage is set.
Camera,
The shortest format, the biggest throw.
action.
Lovely shot. Oh, bullseye. It's taken.
Izanobukela amanina idlala iqakamba. And remember, entry is free.
The Hollywood Bets Pro Series from 4 October to 15 March.
Remember those blissful long summer days? Bright smoke drifting across the stands. The hiss on the grass banks. And the thrill of getting your hero's autograph? Remember when we came together for more than just cricket? For the rivalries, the banter, and for those moments that brought us all to our feet.
Sensational catch. Right out of the stadium. What a shot that is.
Remember that feeling? It's back. Every team, every format, from the fire of the T20 Challenge to the battles of the One Day Cup. The intrigue of the 4-day series and the brilliance of the Hollywood Bets Pro Series.
Boulder.
This season, it's time to make new memories. Book your ticket to the best of South African domestic action. Head to cricket.co.za for all the details. With hometown pride on the line. Uzana.